Why is nobody talking about this? Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's not Sunday. I decided to post this video before my deadline of Sundays because this is a very hot subject and I wanted to kind of bring up a conversation about something that nobody is talking about. For the past couple of weeks, I've been noticing a whole lot of people talking about this Coppa law that is cracking down on YouTube, and I wanted to go over what is it? What does that mean to the YouTubers? What's going on with it? Why are we not talking about this one thing? Because we're so worried about our channels. If you don't know what Coppa is, the 1998 Children Online Privacy Protection Act. Kids under 13 years of age are protected by this law from giving their personal information such as name, address, phone numbers, other private information. That law also includes cookies without parental consent. In 2018, over 20 children advocacy groups filed a complaint with the FTC, and they decided to revise this law earlier. They filed a complaint against YouTube. They charged YouTube a fine for each violation, as well as they wanted to bar YouTube from having kids content permanently. The fine they wanted to charge YouTube was the infamous $42,530 per violation and the barring of YouTube's children content. In 2019, YouTube settled, paying $170 million for the fees and promising to make changes to their platform. They decided that they were going to have the YouTubers being personally accountable for their content. So if you guys noticed, when you're about to post your video, you will see underneath the thumbnail choices, is this video made for kids? And then you can set up, yes, it's made for kids. No, it's not made for kids. You also have the choice to go to your settings on your Creator Studio and set your whole channel as a kids-directed channel or a not kids-directed channel. That's useful for the big YouTubers out there that have tons of videos, so you don't have to go through each and every one of your videos. If your channel does not comply to this, you are up for grabs by the FTC to be sued and liable for a fine of $42,530. But we're gonna get to that. Everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But everybody was still kind of worried for those people who have adult directed channels with a little bit of appeal to children. So a whole lot of videos started emerging. What the complying means, when you check that box, if your channel is made for kids, or your video is made for kids, you need to go ahead and look at the list of things that you need to keep in mind when you're making your video. According to the Google support website for the YouTube help, you will be required to tell us if your content is made for kids, children or children's characters, popular children programming or animated characters, play acting or stories using children's toys, children protagonists engaging in common natural play patterns using play acting or imaginative play, popular children's songs, the subject, the content, animation or children activities, incentives that are directed to children, audio, so the music that you're playing in your video, if it's appealing to children. If you have any models or participants in your channel, they are age appealing to the children. If you have any kids celebrities in your channel, your kind of language that you use in your channel, and if there are ads directed to children. So I am assuming on the ad part would be if in your channel you were promoting or being sponsored by, let's say, toys and things like that. If your channel has those things going on and you mark your channel as made for kids, here's what you're going to lose. You will have no more comments on your channel. You will have no more bell, or you will have a bell. You will have no playlist. People cannot save your videos to watch later. You will have no cards, no end screen, no stories or community tab. And then the biggest one, you will lose upwards of 90% of your revenue. So there are some new changes that they decided to go over because a lot of people were signing this petition that I'm going to put down in the description below. And there are some remarks there that can give a little bit of hope to channels that are very ambiguous when it comes down to, is it a children's channel or is it not a children's channel? is a remark that is in the FTC website saying, just because your video has bright colors or animated characters doesn't mean that you are automatically covered by the Coppa law. While many animated shows are directed to kids, the FTC recognizes that there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. So this is a little bit of like you know? And then there's something else about the wording. There's this part that it says, under Coppa, there's no one size fits all answer about what makes a site directed to children, but we can offer some guidance. To be clear, your content isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. However, if your intended audience is kids under 13, you're covered by Coppa and have to honor the rules and requirements. One way that you can check if your audience is not 13 and under, you can go to your analytics and there will be a demographic or audience tab there, and it will show you what is your majority of your audience on your videos, and you should be able to back up, hey, this is not a content for children. YouTube is only giving you two choices. Is this for children? Is this not for children? So they are not looking at these gray areas. So they will just decide if it is for children or not. If you do not set your settings for children or not for children, YouTube will do it for you. You can switch the choice manually on the tab. If you go into the FTC website to check out what they're talking about the penalties, they say a rule allows the civil penalties of up to $42,530 per violation, but the FTC considers a number of factors in determining the appropriate amount, including a company financial condition and the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. Even if your channel gets into that situation where you are sued by violating the Coppa law, it's gonna be case by case. I'm not saying this because you should not care, but I'm just telling you that is not as bad as many of the videos that are coming out there are making it to be. The FTC is still looking into the regulation. And if you want to have your voice heard by the FTC, I'm going to leave down the description the link, and you have until December 9 to let them know how you feel about what's going on. Now, for you guys who have ambiguous videos that you are worried about the safety of your video, for the lingo on the FTC website, it looks like that what is important here is intended audience of your channel. And if you can see clearly in your analytics that your majority of your audience is above 13 years of age, you shouldn't be that worried about it. With all things considered, that the kids content on YouTube are going to take a huge hit, and those content creators are going to lose about 90% of their revenue. The question that was burning in my head that nobody's talking about, because everybody's freaking out about their channels, but nobody's thinking about what is the point. I know we are all worried about our own channels. I know we are all worried about what does this regulation mean for us. But we're not talking about the fact that children are not going to stop watching the regular YouTube. It could be by just going to YouTube and not signing in or using their parents' devices. The only way that I think that children could be avoided from watching YouTube is, one, we have the culture of kids watching YouTube Kids. Two, YouTube having the requirement for people to sign in when they want to watch a video. And I don't think that the signing in portion of this resolution will happen because they will lose a lot of views. So there's no way to avoid that children will watch the platform. But now, with the children content being assigned to children, they won't see commercials and all the other things that we discussed in the beginning of the video. However, they will still be exposed, and more than ever, to adult-directed commercials. Would you want your child watching a wine commercial or watching a makeup tutorial that was sponsored by a celebrity, and now they are asking for those things if they are watching those adult content videos? Is the whole change on YouTube, is it really a good idea? Is it really going to resolve the issue? Why are we not thinking about that? Yeah, it's a first step. I get it. But at what cost? At the cost of these families who are making a living to entertain other kids in a healthy way. I don't know. Post on the comments. Let me know if you guys think that the changes that are happening for the kids directed channel is a good idea. The risk for the ambiguous channels is not as great as we thought, but we still have to think about the people who do have channels directed to kids. Would there be another way that could benefit everyone? Post it on the comments. What is your idea of something that could work for everybody? YouTube, the FTC, for the families that have the kids that watch all of these channels. Let's think about it together. And you will notice that the FTC is reading our comments and they are trying to be clearer on what they need from us. Participate, and hopefully this craziness will be resolved in a positive light. The intent of my video today was to start a conversation. Oh, what else could we do? Thank you for watching this video today. I'm sorry it was so serious and it's not a very fun subject, but I really wanted to voice what's going on. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you can get notified every time I post, and come back for the next video on Sunday. I'm gonna post as usual, and thank you for watching.